This one's really good. This one's really, really, really good. Honestly, I'll be honest on this one. I would be very tempted to not do any testing on it. This is a really, really good one. All right, let's look at it. Hi everybody, my name is Cheryl Ells. I'm a graduate gemologist and a show host at Shop LC. So today we've got some packages from an online retailer that swears that this is Tanzanite. So let's go over everything that I have here on the table that's going to help us determine if this is real Tanzanite or something else. So first of all, I have my gemological microscope. This is going to help me look inside the stone and see any inclusions that might give it away that it is not real Tanzanite. I have my black light, and again, you might be saying, well, why a black light? Well, Tanzanite does not fluoresce. If these stones fluoresce, we can tell right there, they're not real. I also have my gemological tweezers to be able to hold them. My 10x loop. A lot of times you can just look at gemstones with the 10x loop and you don't even have to put them under the microscope. I just am really fond of my gemological microscope. And then last but not least, I do have my solvent cloth in case I need to remove any fingerprints or anything. Okay, are you ready to dive in? Let's do it. So I found the gem right here. I'm squishing on it. And let's see what we have. Okay, it's in an envelope. Yeah, so the first thing is I'm seeing rainbow flashes in it. Tanzanite doesn't have rainbow flashes. Tanzanite, you can see pleochroism, which is going to be two different body colors depending on how you're viewing the gem from the crystal axis, or it could be trichroic. You could see three different colors, again, depending on if it's got green and yellow and the purple in it. But this one, straight off, it's got too much luster. And luster is that white reflected light that you see. And I don't know if I hold these both up, if we can see, but you can see here's the natural Tanzanite. It has a little bit of luster, but not a glassy type luster. This one has a glassy type luster, so I'm already suspicious of it. So let's get it in under the tweezers and see what we can see here. So there are a couple of things that I'm seeing right here. First of all, I am seeing the gas bubbles that are in there that's telling me that this is glass, but also it's abraded along the facet junctions. And that can happen to any gemstone, but there's different ways that glass abrades than a natural gemstone does. So again, I'm looking at that one and I can say right now with 100% certainty that this is not Tanzanite. So this one right here, glass. So whatever somebody spent on this, thinking that they bought themselves a genuine piece of Tanzanite, they just bought themselves glass. Okay, let's see what else we have. I'm just gonna do a quick visual here. Okay, so right off the bat, I am seeing some rainbow flashes. So Tanzanite being a pleochroic gemstone, you can see flashes of red and you can see flashes of purple, but you should never see rainbow flashes. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting it in the light and I'm looking at the facet junctions where it reflects light, and that's where I'm seeing the rainbows. So right now, just by that visual, I don't have to do an RI on this, I don't have to do a specific gravity on this. Just by looking at it, I know that this is not real. So let's get this one under the microscope. And you know, so here's another thing that I'm looking at. Looking down on the stone, there is an unnatural luster, again, that is coming off of the Tanzanite. So remember that luster is that white reflected light. Think of it like paparazzi lights when they're going off. And Tanzanite, you're gonna see a little bit of luster, but it's not gonna look really bright and really vibrant. So if you see something like that, that again, and is a clue that you don't have genuine Tanzanite. And not only that, but oh yeah, the back of it right here. So I can tell you right now what this is. It's cubic zirconia. So again, looking at the back of it, and cubic zirconia is a man-made gemstone. Looking on the back of it, the pavilion, so the bottom part of the gemstone is called the pavilion. I'm seeing all of these rainbow flashes, pow, 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 pow. That's what you see in cubic zirconia. And so right away, we know. Now, I'm not guessing that I'm going to see gas bubbles on this one because it is CZ, but let's see what is in there. All right, let me turn some different lights on here. Yeah, again, on this one, I am not seeing gas bubbles, so this one is not glass. But again, when I flip it over, and let me look at the back of it. Oh yeah, hello. All of those little rainbow flashes that we're seeing is telling me that that's cubic zirconia. So again, whatever somebody paid on this, thinking that they were getting a quad A Tanzanite. And I will tell you, as a CZ, I like the stone. I think it's really pretty. If this were a natural Tanzanite, you know, you're looking at maybe $8,000. So if you pick it up for 20 bucks and it's a CZ, it gives you that look of Tanzanite. And the issue is it has to be disclosed, right? You have to know that that's what you're buying. And then it's up to you if you want this alternative to a Tanzanite or not. So this one we know is CZ. And I think we have one left. Oh, this one might be a little bit bigger. One left. And we're gonna pull it out. All right, so this one they put in a little gemological bag. It's a little trillion cut. This one's really good. This one's really, really, really good. So initially, when I look at it, I mean, if somebody were to put this in a gem jar like we have here at Shop LC, honestly, I'll be honest on this one, I would be very tempted to not do any testing on it. This is a really, really good one. All right, let's look at it and see if we can determine. So out of all of them, this is a really, 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 really good simulant. So let's take a peek again, see what we can see. Yeah, the front isn't really telling us anything. I do see some abrasion on the junctions, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Oh, there it is right there. So we are seeing those rainbow flashes, and I actually am seeing some gas bubbles in there. So this one is glass. But you know what? Whoever made this one, that's a really good, fabulous fake. I mean, it is a simulant. So again, a simulant is a synthetic. It has the same chemical composition, right? Same physical chemical composition. A simulant could be anything. You know, you could take a piece of aluminum foil and say it's a simulant diamond. I mean, I think most people would know that, right? But you can take glass, and this is now a simulant of Tanzanite. But this is actually a really good one. So this is the advice that I would give you. If you are going to buy Tanzanite, first of all, expect that it's going to cost you some money, right? You know, Tanzanite, kind of price per carat is all over the board right now, but it is not going to be inexpensive. If you see a stone that is selling for $13, $14, that is your clue that it's not real. If you like the color, if you like the shape of the stone, and you're comfortable spending that $13, go ahead, knowing that it's not real Tanzanite. But again, like I said, if it's a lower price, it's not real. Number two, if it is advertised as 5A, 5A plus, 5A plus plus plus, there is no such thing as 5A. The way that Tanzanite is graded out in the industry, single A, double A, triple A, or quad A. Now you can have quad A plus, you can have single A plus, you could have quad A minus, but it's not going to go beyond quad A into 5A. And another thing I would say, if you don't have the ability to return the item, if it's an overseas vendor, and I would say China, because again, China buys Tanzanite for their personal use, but they don't sell. They don't specialize in Tanzanite. They don't sell. India does. So if you did buy a Tanzanite from India, I would be a little bit more comfortable with that. Or if you buy it here in the US from somebody that's going to make sure that if you're not happy with your purchase, you can return it. So keep all of those things in mind. Again, my name is Cheryl Ells, graduate gemologist and show host at Shop LC. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel. And in the comments below, put other gemstones that you'd be interested in seeing and learning about. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.